Jon Jones is looking to get back into the octagon fairly soon. Jones, who has not fought since UFC 247 in February of 2020, has been bulking up to make his heavyweight debut, and now has 2 dates he is circling to make that happen. According to Jones, he is looking at April or July as the 2 dates, but he is hoping April is at Madison Square Garden. He said the following: "I'm looking to fight somewhere in April, possibly Madison Square Garden, or a total opposite date, possibly July at International Fight Week. Those are the 2 dates that I'm kind of eyeing. I think it'll depend on who wins in January between Francis Ngannou and Ciryl Gane, and we'll just take it from there." Who Jones fights in his return to the sport is uncertain. He has said he wants to fight for the heavyweight title, however, he could face a top contender instead. But when he does return to fighting, he will do so with a new team behind him, as he is now training at Fight Ready, which he says has only improved his game. "As far as fighting, I feel like I'm in tremendous shape. I'm excited to still be representing Albuquerque, New Mexico. I just recently joined with a team called Fight Ready out of Arizona, so I'll be representing both teams moving forward." Not only does he say training at Fight Ready has improved his skill set, but Jon Jones says training with Henry Cejudo has been amazing. Cejudo has taken over a coaching role at the gym, which Jones says has only helped him. "It's amazing. Henry Cejudo is amazing. He's very family-oriented. He loves martial arts with all of his heart, and he's a man of God as well. We have that in common. It's just a really good thing. I really enjoy the way he's taken me under his wing and just shown me a different way of looking at the game. Not just the martial arts game, but the game of life. We talk about happiness and being real with emotions. His coaching is more than just combat tactics. He really tries to make you the best man you can be. It really feels like he's a guy that I need to be around. I'm excited to grow. I'm excited to be more honest with myself than ever before and just elevate to a new place. A new place not only as an athlete, but spiritually and mentally. I'm excited." During a recent podcast, Khabib's former coach Javier Mendez reacted to Dominick Cruz, saying Khabib didn't really challenge himself after he retired undefeated. Javier had the following response: "That to me is someone trying to explain his situation. You're not in Khabib's shoes. He's not in your shoes. So who are you to say he didn't challenge himself? He can't talk about you. You shouldn't talk about him. Dominick was a very good champion. He had some hard times with injuries, and he pushed through a lot of those barriers. To come back the way he did, I applaud him for that. But Khabib's the only fighter that never lost. You don't know what his challenges were. You don't know what he went through. Just like we don't know what you went through. It's okay to voice your opinion. We don't have to agree on it. I definitely don't agree with it. UFC President Dana White has revealed that he's interested in the prospect of Kayla Harrison coming over to fight Amanda Nunes. While Amanda Nunes has been busy knocking off every challenger that comes her way across 2 weight classes, Kayla Harrison has been winning back-to-back tournaments in PFL. Now though, it seems as if we could be closer than ever to seeing Harrison finally make the jump over to the UFC in order to take on Nunes for the featherweight title. Dana White has previously been quite hesitant to commit to the idea, but when asked about the future of the women's featherweight division during an interview with TSN, he had the following to say: "That division is still there for the champ. The day Nunes says she doesn't want to defend that belt anymore, we probably let it go. It's there for her. And I'm interested in the whole Kayla Harrison thing. She thinks she's the best in the world. There's only one way to find out. Come over here and fight the GOAT." It's not unheard of to see big stars come over to the UFC from different promotions, but it still feels like there's a long way to go before this becomes official. Nunes has hinted at the idea of retiring a few times in the last few years, And before she can even think about defending at featherweight again, she first needs to overcome Juliana Pena at UFC 269 with the UFC bantamweight title up for grabs. Kevin Holland has confirmed that he's interested in the idea of taking on MMA veteran Nick Diaz in his next fight. Things haven't exactly gone to plan for Kevin Holland since the start of 2021. He went from 5-0 last year to 0-2 with one no contest since March, completing a pretty dramatic fall from grace. His plan now seems to be a shift down to welterweight, but if that doesn't happen, he's also open to staying at middleweight for a bout with a very specific opponent, Nick Diaz. As per Holland himself, a showdown with the Stockton sensation is something he's been thinking about for quite some time. "I've been waiting to slap the slap man since I was on Dana White's Contender Series. We had a little run-in. I think it's the sort of fight where the fans want the commentators to just shut up and listen to the punches landing and our mouths flapping." Nick Diaz returned to the octagon after 6 years away back in September for a long-awaited rematch against fellow legend Robbie Lawler. While he may have lost the contest, he certainly put up a good fight for as long as it lasted. Of course, taking on someone like Kevin Holland is a completely different ballgame, regardless of how many fights he's failed to win this year.